Now, what percentage of the Racy Red is the production here at Coleman Vineyard?
I'm gonna have to say around 5%.
How many cases?
45.
Okay. Bland.
Well, it's the Racy Red. It's almost the signature for the Racy Red is that it's a pretty a large wine with with fruity flavors, and the tannins, like big tannins, but they're not the rough tannins, not bitter and rough. So that's the main stuff. Sometimes it'll it's not my wine. Most of the vintages that we've done already, they've been through a stage, and it's almost like a green stage, but kind of a stemmy, but then it goes into it really quickly, but then it comes out of it really quickly. So those are some of the characteristics.
Yeah, Ryan is not allowed to sell the wine, pour the wine, and be the winemaker. And he's not legally able to own the money that is made from that. We're putting it away for his college education. It's going into a 401k and an IRAs right now that we've set up, and someday he's going to have a real nice college fund, which is his biggest push now. He's 10. He wants to go to college, and he's talking Ivy League. I have no idea where he found all these things out, but he and his friends talk about these really nice colleges around the country.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the results of the Racy Red. It's really good. And I got a lot of my fruit from Momtazi Vineyard this year. And I'm really happy with Mo, because Mo and my parents are good friends, and I'm a good friend with Mo. And he gave me some really good fruit, and I'm really thankful and happy. Oh, the demand, I could sell probably around 2,000 cases.
Coleman could.
For them. Me too, because there's a big demand.
The NASCAR areas have found it. So so they're calling Charlotte, North Carolina, the funny car, the big racetrack in I think it's English, New Jersey.
I want to call Junior and Tony Stewart. I want to call Junior and Tony Stewart, I think. Let's send them out some wine.
Maybe Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, maybe Jeff Gordon.
Yeah,
I'm not so happy with him. I don't know.
Gosh, he likes to be around people, and he likes to talk, and his mom and I talk with him not like a little kid. We talk to him not like an adult either, but we discuss things. He's got an inquisitive mind. His mind is like his mother's, is always working, and it takes her a while to shut down at night, and it does Ryan also. They're always thinking about stuff and reading. Ryan he's a ferocious reader, so I think that precocious comes from having a little bit of knowledge of things.
A day in harvest. Well, getting up at about 6 maybe. Sometimes later in harvest, we'll get up more around 10 because we're just so tired. And so it's basically get up, help start up and get everything plugged in and things like that. Get the bins and stuff. And this year my dad said I could drive the tractor, and so that's going to be cool. And you have to during harvest, on the conveyor belt, it tips up, so someone just has the hydraulic controls. Then there's sorting on the table, and then the occasional, no, I want to do it this way, from mom and dad. And then, I do all the punch downs, I do all the tests, I do all the measuring and pouring of the sulfur and the stirring, and just let it sit and hope for the best, just pray for the best. Putting it in a big tank, adding some water, and just selling it for $2, actually putting some care into it and that kind of stuff. I think that's important. And I think that keeping it during fermentation, that's a very important part to make sure that you have your punch downs on time, having your cold soak, and making sure your cold soak, you have to know how long you're going to do your cold soak. what kind of yeast you're going to use. You really that's a critical time because it moves pretty fast, and so you have to really keep on top of it, and that's a really busy time of the year when we're making wine. Yeah, I'd like to go to college. I'd like to race NASCAR, I think. So.
Do you want to be a winemaker?
Maybe a hobby.
Race car driver, though, would be your career.
Yeah, definitely a career. You know how people say, sometimes people say that racing isn't a sport? Well, they might be right. It's a lifestyle. I got that from a beer commercial.
And so that was the first year I had to do a lot of the punch downs because Randy wasn't here and we didn't have anybody else. And, a lot of the punch downs were done with me up on the step ladder and this 2.5-year-old, pulling on my leg, screaming, I want to do it, I want to do it. And so he did. He'd, have, I don't know what we used, a toilet plunger or something. And, it was like that every year. Your kids hopefully want to do what mom and dad and big sister are doing, and every year it got a little more involved. So, and, we went from, him having to stand on a big step ladder just to reach the fruit on the sorting line to, now he can run it. He shovels tons and tons of Pinot Gris into the press, and, he's got a lot of stamina. He'll work till 1 a.m. with the big guys. Well, you know what, we are respectful, of the law. We don't want to have any conflict with the law. We're respectful of other people that might not feel that kids should even be involved in alcohol at all. So, when people are here, he's not involved in that. But it is a farm, and, processing fruit and growing fruit is part of it. I've talked with the OLCC investigator, just to clarify that we don't cross that line. And like he said, a lot of kids work in the family farms, and ours just happens to go into wine. So that's where we don't cross it. He can't taste wine in the winery, and he can't really make wine. But again, doing punch downs, doing yeast, all of those things are something that he can do, and he does do. The kid he loves mechanics and inventions, and he's really good in math and science and reading, and he talks about being a NASCAR driver, but it's going to be really interesting to see where he really ends up. He's just interested in so many things, and I think that's all anyone can ask of their kid, that they're curious and they're interested in the world.